Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. And we're talking about ZBCN is the heartbeat for the DeFi payments. And don't get caught up in this FUD. There's a lot of FUD going around lately about ZBCN. ZBCN has a big meeting announcement update that is coming tomorrow, June 1st at the Cannes, France. I guess it's a big crypto conference. So I know what you guys think is going to happen tomorrow. What up, Yazid? What up, Tony? What is going on, July when? Let me know in the comments what you guys think is going to happen tomorrow at the Cannes France Festival. So this is the ZBCN network. So make sure you sign up for the BTM Crypto News Network on X. Stay current on events and updates. ZBCN at the big party at the Cannes Festival tomorrow. Yes, Tony, it's supposed to be something going down. I'm tripping. Let me turn on the spotlight and see what we can see. I thought it was on, but I guess not. But go on the ZBCN, here's proof. ZBCN, JP Morgan Chase, ZBCN, ZEBEC in French, ZBCN. Partnerships and payments arena. So there's Visa, MasterCard, Plaid, TotoPay, Azure, and JP Morgan Chase. And this is the actual announcement. ZBCN forged partnerships with important players in the payment arena, including Visa, MasterCard, Plaid, Azure, HCM, JP Morgan, TotoPay, among others. We are delighted. Money transfer licenses, MTLS, in several U.S. states, licensed across the entire U.S. partnership. So let's go. This would be great if someone could give me insight around the smart chain migration. So moving forward, do you know XML will be integrated into the ZBCN payroll? So did you know also ZBCN is working on remittance? Listen closely below. Thanks to the HUD for the alpha. And I can't click on that. That's weird. Global payments that settle instantly. Scale your payments globally and expand new geographics with 24/7, 365 settlement on Stellar Network. Harness diversity across the border payments that can power remittance. Meet payroll, invoice suppliers, maintain treasury balance, and more. Maximize the speed of low transaction cost of Stellar. It's weird. I can't actually see that, but whatever. Let me see. Is it here? The Stellar ecosystem. Looking for ZBCN or ZBCN payments. Oh, wow. That's weird. I don't see ZBCN on here. Strange announcement. But keeping it moving. So this is ZBCN nailed the drop to 0.03, leading the altcoin push. Here's one more gassed up and ready. So let's see
Always
what
show you
this is
guys the
real quick.
receipts. And I said, what's up, everybody?
Put a little volume on here. Something doesn't seem right. See how this goes. It's a big event, a big uphold event. Okay.
Buddy, welcome to
Go.
Quantum Ascent. I have ZBCN, ZBCN Network, up screen, the one-day price chart. And damn, we are hot. We are hot. I'm not saying that's too my own horn, but we talked about this back on June 5th. I always show you guys the receipts. And I said, brief cool off. We're looking at 3.4 cents to 3 cents. Sure enough, look where we are right now. We're at 3.1 cents, coming back down here to this 3 cent level. So pretty much nailed it, guys. Looking good in ZBEC. Like, compared to the rest of the market, check this out. A lot of the market, the highs were back here in December. Like, this thing not only set a new high in February, crashed to new lows, but went a full fib extension already of this move. That is awesome. This is way ahead of the rest of the market right now. So already off. Excuse me. Oh, geez. Already off and rolling. So if we look, we didn't take off. So this looks like a macro wave 3 for the time being, and it is already going. So early signs that this could potentially be one of the leaders. We see 1, 2, and again, a lot of the market right now, we're waiting on macro, but this thing's already going, right? So we're not going to worry too much about the exact count for the time being, or the exact target for wave 3 for the time being. We did already go a full extension here, and you could count out. Looking at this looks like it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're still waiting on the 5th of the macro 3rd, right? Does that make sense? It should. There. And then again, I'm just getting these out of the way. We don't care about where they're at. So don't worry about these targets either. I'm just trying to show you guys conceptually what it's looking like. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1. Come back down for wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this blue wave 3. Blue wave 4 waiting on blue wave 5. This thing is clean, man. This thing is clean for ZBCN, looking pretty good. Pretty strong right now. So should be hyped about it. Could still be a little bit of downside. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, we're way low here on the relative strength index. Just kind of weaving down. Again, we want to pop back above the 40 to be a little bit more neutral, but we really want to get above 60. So above this purple, look at the price action here. While we were in here, this price, we popped above 60 right there. We stayed above 60 until all the way back here. Look at that price rise, right? So this is how this stuff works, man. And that's why we got to look at different indicators. That's a 6.5x from the time that we entered above 60. So we're down here in bearish territory. We want to see it pop, but we already got a huge move on the rest of the market. So super pumped for ZBCN and for what's coming next. So hang. That next wave should be kicking off here any day, any week. We'll see. If you guys could do me a favor, if you could follow, like, repost. I've been doing TA a long time. Just want to help as many of you guys as I can.
So with that said, there might be something happening tomorrow, which would give us a real big push up. ZBEC headquarters, we're making new all-time highs within the next couple of days and weeks. We will move down to a price point of 0029 for a daily close. It will wick right before this price. Do your own research, but the crypto project will be making waves soon. I'm proud to have DCAN on the way. Breaking news, Robinhood CEO announces a debut premiere of Robinhood chain in the EU. The ability to privately custody your stocks and trade them on a decentralized blockchain. It's happening. So this is another video.
We've been working on something really special, and it's still a little bit early, but I think there's no better time to share it with you all than right now. Introducing the Robinhood chain.
This is the first blockchain optimized for real-world assets, from real estate to art to stocks, with the right technology and regulatory infrastructure needed to carry the entire traditional financial system on its back into the future.
And our goal with Stock Token on the Robinhood chain is that in the near future, you will be able to seamlessly transfer your assets in seconds. And your ability to trade will not be reliant on any individual broker or counterparty. As long as the blockchain is up and processing transaction, you will maintain access to your hard-earned access.
Very, very important. I feel that as the benefits of this technology become increasingly clear in the coming years, the pressure and incentive for more and more firms to adopt it will continue to grow. So we'll continue to work with regulators and bring the entire Robinhood ecosystem on-chain, starting with tokenized assets like stocks, perpetual futures, DeFi, of course, spot crypto trading. And from there, we're planning to open the doors much wider. So, and we've been talking to a lot of the developers in the room about this already. If you're interested in being one of our first developers, we would like to open the doors wider. So please reach out to us.
And when Vlad says about opening the door much wider on our chain, there is one new asset that comes up a lot. So I want to pre-announce it now because I think it really fits the Robinhood mission. And that's private company stock. These are a massive wealth generator for a very small group of rich, well-connected insiders who get access to these deals early. Like Vlad.
Even I actually have difficulty getting into some of these deals.
And crypto has the power to solve this inequality.
That's going to be a big one. A lot of the technologies changing the world are startups. And I'm sure many of you would love to invest in the companies that you're using or hearing about every day. But with more and more of these companies staying private, even at huge valuations, it's just not accessible to most people. So as an example of what's possible, imagine how your investing portfolio would change if it were possible to get early exposure to private companies like SpaceX and OpenAI, which are now worth billions of dollars.
That would be exciting to do, wouldn't it? But why talk about doing it later when we can do it right now? You may have been wondering what this awesome briefcase that I walked in with was for. Well, I'm holding in my hands right now the keys to the first ever stock tokens for OpenAI. And not just OpenAI, but also SpaceX. SpaceX is in here too. If you download the Robinhood EU app, which we gave you ample warning to do, you're about to figure out why we gave you that warning. I'd like to transfer these tokens to you and give you exposure to two of the most valuable private companies in the world right now. We'll give you a week to onboard, then we're going to release all the tokens. So as long as you're a Robinhood EU customer, you'll be able to claim what we believe are the world's first OpenAI and SpaceX private stock tokens on a decentralized blockchain.
And just remember, the deadline is end of day on Monday, July 7th or July 7th. This is really exciting, and I can't wait to see it.
Coming from Johan, that means a lot. The last time this guy was excited was when Bitcoin hit $1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is send the OpenAI and SpaceX stock tokens to Johan, and he's going to distribute them from the Robinhood entity to everyone that signs up.
So we'll see how ZBCN plays about the Robinhood debut. Deeper into crypto, Robinhood pushes deep into crypto with own blockchain tokenized stock launch. Tokenized versions of U.S. listed stocks and ETFs will first be available to EU users issued on Arbitron, with the future plans to deploy them on Robinhood's own blockchain. So Robinhood is coming out with a blockchain, which is weird, but hey. Crazy FUD today by some dude on YouTube about ZBCN. We're definitely getting to what up? Silver Days, my bad. XRP Army. It's deep Zebecians. So this is Nikita Baker. ZBCN Labs are related through Nikia's role as an advisor to Solana's blockchain. ZBCN Labs is a project associated with the Solana ecosystem, specifically focused on real-time payroll and payment streams. The founder, Nikita, founder of successful apps, he is known for creating popular social media apps, BTH acquired by Facebook Meta, and Gas acquired by Discord. Product growth expert Beer is sought after advisor and investor due to his expertise in viral growth, network effects, product design, and go-to-market strategies. Advisors at Lightspeed Venture Partners, he also helps portfolio companies scale and reach key milestones. Advisor to Solana, Beard joined Solana as advisor to assist companies in blockchain mobile app ecosystems. ZBCN Labs, founded by Sam, first real-time payment. ZBCN aims to revolutionize how people receive and manage payments by enabling real-time payroll, continuous payment streams. Part of the Solana ecosystem, ZBCN protocol is built on the Solana blockchain, leveraging its capabilities for fast and efficient transactions. So moving forward, this is tomorrow evening, setting the stage for the biggest green candle of the season. Bridgerton's queen may have her diamond, but Web3 already crowned her, and her name is ZBCN. This isn't just a cocktail party, it is a catalyst. Fresh eyes, bigger moves, and boom, 75,000 holders turn into 750,000. Let's go. ZBCN to the moon. Let them toast. We'll be charting. So smash the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Silver Dolls. Sounds like White Rock. Thanks, Tony. Arbitron is 35 cents on Coinbase. Thanks, Joanna. So keeping it moving. Solana's top DPN projects on Solana by market cap. What's your moonshot pick? And of course, it's ZBCN. ZBCN. Gas 325.1 mil. Hint 240 or 422.9. ZBCN 280.1. IO 117 million. Honey 89 million. NOS 84 million. And Rome 42 million. And then this is the Caspa, but there's some more ZBCN down here. Let me just scroll down to it. Out of Caspa information, let me know if you checked out the Caspa video. Right now is the opportunity to accumulate and DCA in and use it to your advantage. So make sure you are DCA in into ZBCN. And I like the pirate. And I don't know what's up with the ship and the sailing thing, but it kind of fits the whole project, sailing into the storm and coming out clean. And I like the coin and the computer. It's kind of cool with the computer on top of the box. Gearing up for an incredible event tomorrow with our guest partners, Ethereum community, I guess what is this, ECC? In Cannes, Ethereum Community Conference. Okay. Hosted by Cointelegram. Details are exclusively confirmed attendees. Can't wait to see you there. Riviera Nights, the ZBCN network. Let's go. Is ZBCN actually lying about the partnerships? They keep dropping giants like JP Morgan and Visa, but there's zero verified evidence of any partnership. No press release, no official statements, just ZBCN slapping logos on their website. So this is one of the haters, one of the footers in here. Why would they just be slapping stuff on their website? Just popping logos, right? If they don't partner with them, all the people would have to do is contact them and tell them to take it off of there. So if it is on their website, they must be doing something. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the footers for ZBCN. This is ZBCN, things to remember after the comments we seen on X today from Martine investor, which is weird. This guy was making videos and songs. Then all of a sudden, now he's FUDing the project, which is weird. I'm not here to rubbish him, but there's something that has bothered about him about the ZBEC management. It may be deeper than we know. He has more connections than just us, so we should not attack him for speaking out on the community. After all, he may actually be looking out for ZBEC community by raising something important that we may have missed. Doubtful. I think he's just trying to get some momentum going and build up his YouTube page or his YouTube videos or those crazy songs he's making. Think he's trying to get someone to pick him up or maybe get a record deal. I don't know what the guy's doing. We always last to know. However, it's a shame if there is something he's not prepared to share with us. ZBEC managers calling them out saying they're not up to task, even though he said technology is fantastic. Let's look into their ecosystem for a moment. Some strong names here. Let's hope there are legit partners, or we will be up the creek without a paddle. ZBEC buys compliance company GateKnock. ZBEC debuts in Japan with innovative payroll and payments fintech. And this is more information. I actually like this image. The fact that ZBEC is saying an event in Cannes tomorrow, day after Robinhood event, makes 99% sure ZBEC will be listed on Robinhood today. A new beginning, future of finance. It's almost time to catch the token. Tune in as we live stream Cannes, France to make the biggest crypto announcement of the year. LOL. At it jump now. Look it up. Wait. Look at it now. Jump up. What? Please. Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about, man. It was down 6.6%. Now is up 2.4. So it was a heck of a push, right? Yeah, dang, up 9% in the last hour. Somebody don't know what they're talking about, right? I'm not sure what this guy's even claiming because he didn't really say anything. So let me know if you heard or seen or what's the word on the street about ZBIC and the fallout with Martine. I guess this guy was looking for a possible record label or record deals. I don't know what's going on. ZBIC Network, I've invested over $2K in ZBIC. Here's why ZBIC is about to pop, best believe. And that's what I'm saying. If they're at the Cannes Festival, right? Even if they don't make a major announcement, even if they make a small, teensy little ad, it's going to pop the price, guys. I don't know how much the price will stay, but the price is going to do something just for the fact they're there and they're in a place with all the people, right? They have their face in the place all the way in there like swimwear. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's official, like a hitman, or official like a zebra striped jersey, right? Applying to ZBIC. ZBIC wasn't built by whales. It was forged by the people. No VC, no fluff, just grind. Refused to fold. Now it's our turn. XPX. This dip is a blessing, a test of fire. ZBEC doesn't die, it reloads. All of my X by ZBEC. We are the liquidity. So shout out to the ZBEC. Why is there so much FUD? Generally, Matt, there's FUD when something's about to happen, right? People start FUDing it because they're mad they didn't get in early. They're mad they got out, or they're mad something upset them, right? So then they start FUDing. If things are good, nobody says anything. I think Cat Williams said it best. You got to be doing something to people to hate you. If people ain't hating you, you ain't doing nothing, right? So this is another little quick. I guess there's no sound. Let's see real. Yeah, there's no sound. That's weird. But yeah, I like the 3D image here. Bringing crypto to real life. So shout out to ZBEC or whoever made that video. This is ZBEC to $1. Partnership soon, ZBEC bullish. Payroll of the future. Is there sound here? I think I've seen this one already, actually. A couple of screenshots and some phrases. So this is it. This is what I was talking about. The biggest ego in the space. Admit not owning any cryptocurrency, brags about turning 5K into 270K. And this right here is his claim to fame. This is why he's upset the ZBEC network team rejected him. Say what? They made him feel like a nobody. He doesn't want to be a nobody. So now he made a whole video about the ZBEC warning. But I kind of knew something was kind of weird with this guy anyway, dog. Those songs are, as my daughter says, mid at best. But I don't want to FUD him. I'm just trying to get him off our project or off our ZBEC network. They want people to sell. Weekends must sell. No doubt this is going to the moon. Straight up moon bound. Wait, what is this? See what this guy's saying. Seems to be more examples of what can be expected of him. He can't help himself. He also said he got into crypto, he would just be a pump and dumper. This is short term. Before announcing his plans to release his own token, he should just invite Keyvan on his show. That is weird. Farewell to Lucas. Not suggesting anyone actually watched it. I'm not watching the video. And you know, Martin or his own opinion, Mr. Trimble, investing has been keen supporter of Virgin Galactic. After countless spamming and clickbaiting through the years, he seemed to have convinced himself he should not only interview Michael, but also represent their company and take over their social media. It would only seem obvious that the company would want to distance themselves from such a character. What with the spice products that he's selling, the songs he creates with their brand, and countless videos advertising his macro trades. I'm not even going down that rabbit hole, but this guy seems FUD is a rite of passage for most decent crypto bros. ZBEC, like and subscribe. So keeping it moving. Wow, he's garbage. I will forever FUD anything of his S. He would lose all his followers straight through trash. I hate his dang. I hate his face and his voice. He's dang. Stupid channel. Bum. As dude, you don't know S. You're really gonna look like a freaking idiot when it hits 25 cents, 50 cent, or $1. Definitely not gonna be good if this hits 25 cents. But then again, maybe he's setting it up for people to come on, right? No, what is it? No news, no advertising is bad advertising. So we will see. Missed this one 5 days ago. ZBEC's teaming up with Crypto Pix to bring Pix owned crypto to access the ZBEC cards. And I think we made that announcement. will be added to silver and chrome by the end of the week, and high inflation and high inflation economies like Brazil, ZBEC cards unlock a practical way to send crypto daily. So shout out to that. The Genius Act is a big deal because it gives regulatory clarity and legitimacy to stable coins in the US, which is actually what the market needed to go from experimental to mainstream adoption. I'm not reading all those. Shout out to ZBCN 365. The heartbeat is pumping up. Let's go. And these are Caspa, I think. Since Circle has been in conversation lately, let's not forget ZBEC's POS terminal, ZPN designed to enable real-time payments using USDC. Which Lightspeed Ventures is key backing ZBEC. POS plans. You go into the gas station and scan your debit card to pay for gas today. In the future, swipe your card and pay with USDC and potentially earn rewards in crypto. And ZBIC is leading the way. If you like it, I love it. Forget this guy looking at the bubbles. So ZBIC, wow, what the freak is going on here, guys? ZBIC is up 11.8 on the hour, 4.6 on the day. Swarms is up 36.1. AIZ16 is up 7.1. HBAR is up 2.2. Brett is up 4.1. Bludan is up 2.8. Barkcoin is 3.3. Ordinai is 2% up. Pepe is 2.8. Ando 2.1. Vera 3.5. ICP 1. Snake up 10.6. Mog up 11.7. Peanut 7.5. Con 2.5. Jupiter 3.5. XLM 1.9. Cardano 4.3. Algo 2.1. Dog with a Hat 5.4. Mr. Miggle 7.1. Link 1.9. Putty Penguin 1.1. Heroes up 5.9. XRP, okay, up 4.8. Turbo's up 1.1. Flucky 1.9. Ethereum 3.1. Ethereum is slowly creeping up to that 3K again. Hero 5.9. Spectrum 5.7. AI Tech 1.8. Tron 1.5. Solana 3.9 and Nero 6.8, Dodge 1.7, Sui 0.6, PerkPay 0.5, and Uniswap 0.7. And ZBEC is up 4.5, up 11.4 on the hour. Let's check the holder scan real quick. I'm refreshing that. We'll see here. Up 12% in the last hour, 4.4 on the day, 250 million trading volume, down 12% in the last 7 days, 43% in the last 30, 262.5 in the last 90, and 206.6 in the year. Put a fire emoji in the chat as my main man 23 Bramble has. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you think it's going to keep pumping. So this is ZBEC is at 74,388. In the last 4 hours we picked up 16. 12 hours we're down 12. Day we're down 41. 3 days down 23. 7 days 1,589. 14 days 1414. And for 30 days for the month we're up 1,429. This is it is back to 0036, up 4.8% on the day. This ain't even updated because it's weird. What is going on with coin market cap? 4.8 on the day. Market cap 305 million. 24-hour trading volume, 22.5 million, up 71%. And you can see this candle. I know this guy that was FUDing is looking pretty weird now. I know he's going to be pretty sick tonight. All that mess he was talking, and then he took off. Reminder of holding ZBEC. A friend told me that people hating on ZBCN here are mostly XRP supporters who are disappointed that XRP is getting all the love and attention. I love XRP, and I believe ZBCN offers a better chance for growth with XRP's ongoing lawsuit and high market cap. I think 10K seems a long shot. Both are solid projects. Ultimately, it's about choosing what gives you a better opportunity. So I don't know. Maybe I need to take off the XRP hat. So this is what a great time to be alive. Look at the opportunity in front of us. Unbelievable. Stay strong. Everybody stacks, eats, stacks, stats. Stack, stats? Okay. Look at this. Hey, this looks like people call shakeout. Too bad I don't have more money to buy right now. He looks like one of those dips I was expecting when big players are accumulating. Is there no I'm about to say I'm tripping. ZBEC's amazing project, real world use partnerships, companies like Ripple, Circle, MasterCard. This one is a no-brainer, will create generational wealth. Again, it's not financial advice. Do your own research and due diligence. Got a fire emoji in the chat. I'm ZBEC Army and I have millions in ZBEC too. Thank you, Summer Days. What up? Is about to wake up. Killed ZBEC. I am the greatest bear. Thanks to everyone who sold. I bought. Get ready to get wrecked. Clowns, bro. People are big mad about ZBEC. Hold. We are almost there. What is this guy even holding on to? Don't get mad because ZBEC is dropping. My dad always would tell me when I had a weak cow in the pasture, son, go ahead and take that cow to sale barn and sell it. She'll bring us some money. What is that? She will bring some money on the at the sale barn because we hold her too much longer. We are going to bring around here is the buzzards. Moral to the story, sell when you have the opportunity. Everything is moving except ZBEC and Pepe. Don't be fooled. Bottom not yet. Okay, this is kind of a lot of controversy today. What is really going on? So keeping it pushing. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart. Looks like there was a volume push. MACD cross and it came down. Relative base moving average is up to 553.8. Actually, that was 60 something. Came down. And the RSI is down on the 5-minute chart. On the 15-minute chart, looks like we got some volume building. RSI is up. RSI base moving average is 48.5. RSI is 44.6. Got mixed red and green on the 15-minute. On a 45-minute, got a couple of reds. RSI came down to 46.6. RSI base moving average is flat. And volume is back and forth. On the hour chart, a couple of reds, some volume coming down. RSI base moving average is flat at 49.7. And the RSI came down to 49.49. And we'll look at the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, it's flat. RSI is flat at 52.3. Got a couple of red candles. We're hanging out. The 001. What am I looking at? That's probably why. The wrong freaking ZBEC. So on the spot, okay, this looks better. So on the 4-hour, we have a big red candle. RSI is coming up to 50. RSI base moving average is 41.6. Go back to the 1 hour. Got a pretty big green candle. 1 hour RSI is up to 63. RSI base is 34, and there's a huge volume pick on the 4 hour. We'll skip over to the 15-minute. Green candles consecutively. RSI is through the roof at 73.2, and RSI based moving average is flat, and we are building volume. And on the 5-minute, got several green candles at the 0035. RSI was up crazy. Now it's coming down. For us to pick it up, and the RSI based moving average is trending up, and we're building volume on the 5-minute chart. So I'm going to check what the 4-minute, what the hour chart is at the 0034. And this is showing it's coming back, kind of popped, and it's flattening out as well. Check what the bubbles say. Bubbles say 2.8. Look like it's pulling back a little bit. And I guess we'll go to this video from BC Finance.
What's up, ladies and gents? You know what time of day it is. It's ZBEC time, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about ZBEC. We're going to be discussing what we are seeing here on the charts, and I'll be giving you guys my price prediction for ZBEC over the coming days and weeks, as well as my targets for 2025. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Of course, if you are a new viewer, then welcome to this channel. If you do like this sort of content, hit the like button and subscribe for more. If you are a returning viewer, as always, welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you all here. So, of course, we're going to be diving straight into this video, and we're first going to start off with a shorter term here on ZBEC. We are on the 1 hour chart right now, and essentially this is the picture that we have in front of us. Of course, right now prices have been heading down for crypto. We can see in the top right that it's not a great day for any of the cryptos. Of course, it is the last day in June. So tomorrow is going to be a brand new month, and a brand new month always means new opportunities. And here on ZBEC, I do think that this coin is positioned to do extremely well, both in the shorter term and in the longer term for 2025. So the reason why I think we are going to see something very, very bullish sooner rather than later here on ZBEC is if we just zoom out a little bit. And in fact, let's get the annotations back on the screen. This is the kind of picture that we have right now on ZBEC. Of course, since the start of June, the prices have been heading down. So essentially, the month of June wasn't great for ZBEC. We can see that prices have been in this downtrend here that's been kind of dictated by these two white lines that you see on the screen. Now, this upper line here has been our resistance for June, and this bottom line down here has been our support for June. So every time the prices have come down to this white line down here, we've seen them bounce off. And every time the prices have come up to this resistance, we've seen them come up and get rejected each time we've seen them touch it. So we've got these two lines heading downwards, and they're converging into each other, which means that if we just extend them, eventually we would expect them to meet. So when the lines converge like that and they're both pointing downwards, we see a falling wedge pattern. And of course, a falling wedge pattern is a bullish chart pattern. We only expect there to be a breakout to the upside. And if it is successful, we should get a very nice price target here on ZBEC. Now, of course, with any falling wedge, we can measure the price target by drawing the distance between the first test of support, which is this one here, to the first.
What up, Halls Balls? Where you been? What up, Yasmin? Everything is pumping. Let's go. What up, BTM fam? Silver Dollar. Silver Days. My main SC brother. So let's check the bubbles real quick. Looks like ZBEC has pulled back. Pumped for a second. Came back down. Tony. House balls, let's go, my brother. Let's go back to this video. Finish this video up. see what
Let's test the resistance, which is this one
BC
up here.
channel's talking
And
about.
if we drag that distance to wherever we see a breakout, let's just say that occurs within the first few days of July, we could be looking at a price target here on ZBEC of 0.0064. So of course, that is a 73.5% upside once we get a breakout from this upper resistance line. And of course, that price target, as you can see, changes depending on where we break out. But in any which case, it is a 73.5% upside. And from where the prices are right now, we're looking at closer to 100% upside from where the price is right now. So we've got this falling wedge structure here on the shorter term that I think the prices will break out from sooner rather than later. And the nice thing about this falling wedge is that it doesn't really matter if the prices head down a little bit more from here. Let's say we see something like this. In fact, I think this would create a perfect buying opportunity if we see the prices falling down to the support once again, because we would expect to see a bounce from that support level. And of course, as the prices come close to this resistance, we want to keep our eye on what the prices do when they get there. If we see the prices suddenly starting to shoot above that resistance, that could mean we have seen a breakout from this falling wedge. And like I say, that 73% target is waiting for us, and that could happen in a matter of hours or days. So it's definitely something to potentially look forward to. Now, of course, I want to show you the example that we saw on XCN as well, because on XCN, we were monitoring something very similar to what we're seeing here on ZBEC right now. Of course, you can kind of see the similarities of the structures of the two coins here. Of course, here on XCN, we did this massive run that took XCN up basically 20x in the space of a few weeks. But after we saw that 20x for a few months, XCN had just been kind of trending downwards again between these two trend lines here that are again pointing in the same direction and converging into each other. Now, we were monitoring this falling wedge, and as you can see, once XCN was ready to break out, we knew it was ready to break out because we started seeing the prices shoot above this upper resistance line. We saw an increase in volume. That's when we knew we saw a clear breakout to the upside from this falling wedge. And for XCN, we could see that the distance was supposed to be the distance between the first test of support and resistance. We can see that if we drag that to where we saw the breakout, the price target from this falling wedge was met and even exceeded. So that's the thing about these falling wedges. Once we have enough critical mass to break out to the upside.
Richard, that's a good question. 30 cents would be awesome. I was looking more like 15 to 25, but 30 cents would be awesome. Maybe even higher. Depends on what happens with tomorrow and how things pop off tomorrow at the Cannes Festival. It could, but it probably won't.
It should be.
Definitely agree with that, Hall. It's possible, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We got to get to 1 cent first. So let's shoot for 1 cent and then take it from there.
Fairly swift when we see that price target hit. And it doesn't just have to stop there. If we get to that price target from this falling wedge pattern, of course, I don't think there should be much stopping it from getting to its previous all-time high at 0.007. And if it can exceed that, the next short-term target here on ZBEC should be 0.01. So depending on how much trading volume we get, depending on how much momentum picks up once we break out, tells me where we could see ZBEC in the shorter term. So this, in my opinion, is something to be very bullish about here on ZBEC. Of course, what we're also seeing is if we get the MACDs up for ZBEC, things, in my opinion, are just looking absolutely amazing on almost every time frame for the MACD except the 1 day MACD. So on the 1 hour, this looks very bullish because we are seeing a bullish divergence between the price and the MACD. What that means is that generally when the prices are heading down like this on the chart, we should also expect to see that on the MACD. But here, if we draw the support for the MACD over the same time frame of this bearish trend here on ZBEC, we can see that the MACD has clearly been heading upwards. So this is a bullish divergence. And it tells us we could see a trend reversal in the near future. And obviously the trend has been bearish. So if there is a trend reversal, we would expect there to be a new bullish trend emerge here on ZBEC sooner rather than later. Same thing goes for the 4 hour MACD. As you can see, trend line is heading upwards on the 4 hour MACD and the trend line on the price is heading downwards. And if the prices do make a new low here on ZBEC, so going down below the 0.0031 area, then we get yet another bullish divergence. So not only one bullish divergence, but two bullish divergences here on the MACD. So this makes this trend reversal idea even stronger in my opinion. Of course, if the prices do head down, I just want to clarify, I think we could be heading as low as this lower trend line here. So that's sitting at roughly 0.0029. So like I say, in the short term, I do think this would be a great buying opportunity if the prices close in on that support. Now, so of course, we've got this really nice structure here for ZBEC in the shorter term. Just one more thing that I want to show you guys as well. That's Bitcoin. You can see that the annotations for Bitcoin are already on the screen. And essentially, the main thing about Bitcoin is this resistance and this support. The fact that they are roughly parallel tells us that we could be seeing this bull flag style pattern. So we saw this strong move upwards here in April and May, taking Bitcoin to new all-time highs. We've seen a consolidation throughout June here on Bitcoin, where the price has been trending between these two white lines. And so if the prices are able to break out to the upside from this upper resistance line, that could mean that we've seen a breakout from this bull flag here on Bitcoin. And if this is indeed a bull flag, it should give Bitcoin enough power to go to 130K. Now, essentially, if Bitcoin is making this move upwards, we should see the whole crypto market follow suit. We should see crypto heading up with Bitcoin. So that's only going to be bullish for altcoins like ZBEC if Bitcoin is making new all-time highs. So we've got Bitcoin ready to make a really, really big move to the upside. We've already seen evidence that these falling wedges do work from XCN. And now we're just waiting, patiently waiting for this one to unravel here on ZBEC. So this is the shorter term. This is why I'm bullish for ZBEC in the shorter term, despite the fact that the prices have just been heading down. Of course, if we go and just remove our drawings from ZBEC and take a look at ZBEC on the longer term. Of course, for the longer term here on ZBEC, I do think prices could still be heading a lot higher for 2025. Now, of course, the reason for that is because we have seen a very long accumulation period where essentially for a year, people were able to accumulate ZBEC for really cheap prices. And when ZBEC was ready, we saw a breakout to the upside, but I still think that we could see prices head quite a bit higher. Now, to predict how high ZBEC could go for 2025, we use the fib levels here from this accumulation period that we had here on ZBEC, because as you can see, ZBEC has really respected these fib levels as places of supports and resistance. So you can see, for example, that prices have come up to test these support lines, to test these fib levels on lots of different occasions. For example, the 0.5 fib here has been tested at least 3 times during this accumulation period. And as you can see, prices have come up to roughly this 1.414 fib as the top there before this consolidation that we have seen. So if ZBEC is going to be making new all-time highs, let's say we are able to break past and make a new all-time high once again in 2025, then the next immediate targets for us is this 1.618 fib that lies just short of 0.01. We talked about that for the shorter term here on ZBEC. If we can break past that, the next one is this 2 fib here at 0.016. Now, if we can break past that, we get to my favorite longer term target here for ZBEC, and that sits at the 2.618 fib here at 0.046. So roughly a 12x from where the prices are currently at now. Now, of course, if ZBEC can break past this 2.618 fib, then the next major target that I have, the second primary target that I have here for ZBEC, that sits at the 10 cents region. And of course, that's going to be pretty iconic if ZBEC hits that. That's going to be like 100,000 for Bitcoin. There's going to be a lot of selling pressure there. So that, for me, makes it a candidate target for ZBEC in 2025. So we've got these two targets for ZBEC in 2025. Now, of course, for the best possible chance to reach these upper price targets, what we need to see is a lot of euphoria in the markets. We need to see people getting extremely greedy, and we also need to see an altcoin season. Now, to kind of monitor this, we have the perfect website. It's called coinmarketcap.com. You just go on the homepage here, and these two indicators here are the ones we want to monitor. So in a nutshell, we want to look for an altcoin season of at least 75. We want to look for a value of altcoin season of at least 75. At the moment, it's at 20, so we are still very far away. Of course, Also, with the Fear and Greed Index, we want to see a value of at least 80. At the moment, we are at 52. So, you know, we're doing a little bit better on the Fear and Greed than we are on the Altcoin Season Index. But nonetheless, we still need to see this above 80 and this one above 75 for the best possible chance of ZBEC reaching these upper price targets. And the reason for that is just essentially when we get an altcoin season, statistically, altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. And when we get euphoria and extreme greed, we get the frenzies that we saw in the last bull cycle, where you see smaller cap cryptos like ZBEC doing these 2x's, 5x's, even 10x's in the shortest amount of time. So of course, that's going to create the perfect storm for small cap cryptos like ZBEC to do well when we see favorable values for these two. So those are some of the things that I'm looking out for here on ZBEC in the shorter term and the longer term. Very, very lastly, guys, if you want to get $10 completely free to...
So at this point, we're still waiting for the Bitcoin dominance to come down. Let me know if you guys think this is going to happen or not. Let me see here. Wow, members only content. Okay.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. I have now invested over $20,000 in ZBCN network, and in this video, I'm going to explain why. Now, in the cryptocurrency market, every so often we're presented with an opportunity for a long-term play. And in my eyes, a long-term play in the cryptocurrency market is about 2 to 5 years. Some would argue, 5 years and beyond, or 10 years, but let's be honest, this is crypto land where anything can happen. So I think 2 to 5 years is a good, is a good window of time. Now, for me, this project is one I feel comfortable holding that long. What does that mean? That means I will be holding in the bull market. I'll also be holding in bear markets, etc. And within the next 2 years, we will see the real value established, with this project. Is it going to be a hero? Is it going to be a zero? We're going to find out. But here's the thing. We don't have to just depend on the quote unquote fundamentals of the project and the potential or the technical analysis, because I don't know about you guys, but I like to follow the money. And here are a few major companies and institutional investors that have backed ZBCN early. Number one, Coinbase Ventures. Number two, Circle Ventures. Number three, Solana Ventures, Lightspeed Ventures, right? Alameda Research. The list goes on. So if these major players in the market are comfortable deploying capital in ZBCN this early, I feel comfortable too. Now, I just want to be a quick disclaimer. It doesn't mean that the project is going to succeed just because major people are behind it, right? As you all know, with FTX, the FTX scenario, right? We have to be careful when there's big names behind the project. But at the same time, if the fundamentals are good, if the team behind the project are good, if everything ticks all the boxes, and on top of that, you have very credible investors backing the project as well. Well, for me, that is a recipe for success. And that's just one of the major reasons why I have started deploying capital aggressively into this project. Now, this is what I will say to all of you. This July, we were expecting a breakout for ZBCN. We're expecting a breakout for the overall altcoin market. But I will say this. Be careful, because as much as we're expecting a pump, we also believe we're going to see an aggressive sell-off as well. And I'm going to walk you through how you can actually protect yourself from this sell-off. And just to pause, for those of you that have made it this far in the video, if you missed out on my free buy calls that I've been giving out on ZBCN Network, it means you're not subscribed to the channel. So please make sure you subscribe right now so you do not miss out on another ZBCN update. It's very important that you subscribe now. I'll be posting ZBCN updates daily. Subscribe. Perfect. Let's continue with the video. Now, last week I said there's two scenarios I'm expecting. Well, mainly one scenario that I believe will happen, but I'm preparing for both. The downside would be the market crashes, Bitcoin maybe falls below 100,000. ZEBEC falls as well, and we see a potential 41% sell-off, which means ZEBEC moves down to 0.0019695. That would be a 41% sell-off. Now, I've said I don't mind if this happens. I'm only going to buy more. As I said, this is a 2 to 5 year project, so it doesn't really matter to me per se, although of course I do want the best entries possible. But I said I'm leaning more towards a breakout. I actually think we're going to see an aggressive upside move. And short term, we expect to move back to our yearly highs around 0.00722286, right? So that's my short term bet at the moment. And I think we're going to see this play out over the next few weeks. But actually, I think we're going to see price climb a lot higher than that. I think we could end up peaking around, and again, this is just baseline scenario. I think we could see price potentially go to 0.0018579 before the market peaks, which will bring ZEBEC to around a $1.5 billion market cap or so. Again, nothing too crazy. The market cap will still be low, but remember, the market will not go in a straight line. We'll see the market go up, then we'll see it go down, and then we'll see it go up again. So this is the baseline that I'm trying to get everybody to just mentally prepare for, especially if you're not a Crypto Crew Premium member, but you should all be a part of my free Telegram group below. If you're not, then you're leaving a lot of money on the table. In that group, I've given out free gems, free buy calls. I also have a video in there that shows you how to make 100,000 in 1 month and 16 days in that Telegram group, completely free of charge. I'm actually going to post a major update in there now. All you have to do is click the link in my description, but first make sure you have the Telegram app downloaded. Once you click the link, you'll be able to join completely free, right? So everybody make sure you join the free Telegram group now. But with that being said, with the breakout, which will be exciting, will come a peak. And if you don't have any sell targets in mind, I would look at this area. Again, it doesn't mean you're giving up on the project. As I said, this is a 2 to 5 year project for me personally. So I'll be looking to sell probably just beyond this point because price could end up going higher. But again, that's going to be a Crypto Crew Premium exclusive. Link in my description if you want access to my actual sell target on ZEBEC and then where I'm going to buy again. So I'm going to watch price go up. I'm going to ride price up. I'm going to sell at a peak. Then I'm going to watch price sell off by 90% because yes, even though this is a great project, even though major people are backing this project, major companies, institutions, we're buying this, etc., but we are still expecting around a 80 to 90% sell off once the overall market starts to sell off again. So you all need to be prepared for this. Why? Number one, you don't end up losing the profits that you've accumulated. And number two, you don't end up buying at the top. And number three, you have a very good buy entry when the market bottoms out again. And again, I'm going to be giving this out in my Crypto Crew Premium channel. So this is a project that I'm long-term on, as I've just explained. I actually think this project could end up being the next XRP in the market. And again, I really don't like comparing, projects. I don't like saying this is the next this is the next that. I think it's not really the best thing to do. But if I had to, emulate a project, it has to be XRP. XRP has been in the market for a very, very long time. It's been very, very stable. It's remained in the, in the top 10 for I think nearly 7 years or 9 years now, right? It's a solid project. And I think once ZEBEC breaks out, really starts to get its foot in the game, this could end up being, a 10, 20, maybe even a $50+ billion market cap project, which would be insane because right now we're buying at a $287 million market cap project. So the upside on this is absolutely insane. And what they're doing fundamentally, I will be posting more fundamental news data on this project, what they're doing from that perspective. But for now, I would just be focused on the technicals. I'll just be focusing on trying to make a fortune short term, catching that first peak, selling it, buying at the bottom, and then riding this beyond a $10+ billion market cap. But ZEBEC Network, this is going to be an interesting one. I hope this is another historic call that we've given out on this channel. For those of you that are new here and I'm wondering why should you listen to me? Well, we bought Dogecoin in 2017. Sorry, not 2017. at the end of 2019. We also gave out Bonk Coin under a $60 million market cap. We gave out Pepe under a $40 million market cap. Complete again, you could go back on our YouTube channel because we gave this out for free on this channel, and then price ended up going beyond a $10 billion market cap. The list goes on and on. So we're going to see if this is another, home run, another moonshot. But until then, guys, stay focused. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're part of our inner circle, our community, because we are going to be posting very serious updates on ZBEC. And once again, if you're someone that's trying to make a few $100,000.
So a big shout out to VLC Network, keeping it moving. This is actually, we'll go to Lee and come back to that video.
For instance, if we take a look at, I like the focus when it comes to ZBEC, especially when it comes to ZBEC being focused on RWAs. Now, let me explain why I really like this. It's because not too long ago, the total real-world asset on-chain surpassed. That is very impressive, in my opinion. Sometimes people out there like to say, oh, ZBEC being focused on RWAs, or should I say again, real-world assets. They may be thinking, oh, man, it's kind of bad and all this. But I disagree, because beyond this statistic, which I get it, isn't necessarily the biggest thing out there. I mean, if we're taking a look at the market cap for meme coins and whatnot, I get it. This might not look too impressive, but then at the same time, this, I think, is something that not many projects really focus on that much. Sure, there is something like Ondo, which is focused on RWAs, but ZBEC is too. And Ondo has kind of achieved already a pretty massive size in the grand scheme of things. So I think ZBEC being focused on that is not such a bad thing. I mean, we got to think about this. Why is RWAs so amazing? It's because, for instance, if we take a look at RWA tokenization, for instance, we take a look at, let's say, RWA tokens. They are digital representations of physical assets on the blockchain. Now, why is this even good? It's because these assets can range in market sectors like, for instance, real estate, art, bonds, stocks. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. So I like the direction. And again, I think these statistics, I mean, even if we take a look at, just the historical, chart of this, I'm just going to visualize it, right? The chart is like going up like that when it comes to RWAs. Like at one point, it wasn't doing the best. And then suddenly now, again, when it comes to RWA on chain, right, in terms of the value amount, that is very impressive in my opinion. It kind of showcases that when it comes to real world assets, many projects out there are kind of beginning to be focused on that. So I think ZBEC being focused on that too is not such a bad thing, especially when we consider all the other quote unquote tools that they have in their toolbox, because ZBEC is also focused on AI-based PayFi. It's also focused on global trading finance and payments. It's also focused on payrolls. And it's also doing pretty good when it comes to the payrolls. I mean, its monthly volume back in May was around 40 million. Again, when it comes to payrolls, also it has over 200 enterprise clients when it comes to that as well. Again, payrolls. So ZBEC is doing pretty good things, in my opinion, not to mention the ZBEC cards, which I feel like, they're kind of consistently getting more and more kind of partnerships when it comes to that. So I do like it. When it comes to ZBEC, I think it's a pretty...
So ZBEC does have the cards. I'm going to move over here to Caesar real quick.
On everybody, it's your boy Caesar, and we are talking about ZBEC today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Man, everything's red today, isn't it? LCX is up, T-Bull's up. That's nice, just a little bit, but those, those coins are typically kind of neutral sometimes whenever everything's going down. B32 is normally neutral, but it's moving down as well. That's okay. Looking at this here, we're at double zeros, 33326. Moving down. We're down 6% to start the week. 6 days, 12 hours left in the week. That's not right. It's probably more like 6 days, 11 hours. Yeah, we got 11 hours, 13 minutes left in the day. 11 hours, 13 minutes left in the month, you guys. It is the 30th of June, and we are ready to move down. We're ready to close this month out. From a low to a high, we're very, very near fulfilling the prophecy, the long-awaited target zone of 0.02959 or 0.02996. Maybe even a little bit below there, right? Depending on what chart you use. If we're looking at the Bybit chart, it's a little bit closer to 0.029. And with that, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we went to 0.029 or even a little bit below there. And it's fine if we do. It's fine if we go a little bit below the 382, it's fine. Who cares? It's not a big deal. It's actually very common to go just below the 382, and then you wick there, and then you come back and you close above it. So if we go down to 0027, 0026, that this is not broken. All hope. I know we focus on this, but pay attention. I know we focus on this price a lot, but if we go below it, it's not a big deal. Even if we go lower than this, if we go down to like 0022, we find support at prior resistance. That's great. That's phenomenal, actually. It's a really good look. And then on top of that, guys, let's just say in our wildest dreams that we did go down to 00225, something like that, right around there, from a low to a high. That just means that you've got a 3x, 3.2x guarantee. If you're expecting, like I am, that this thing will see new all-time highs, that means you're at least going to get there and just have more growth to go afterwards, right? It's not a bad thing for the price to go down if he sees the opportunity, right? But what if I put all my money in up here? Well, then just sit through the pain. It's not a big deal, man, right? Like, what if you bought this FOMO? You bought this FOMO pump right here. What if you bought that? What if you bought this one? You had to sit through the pain a little bit, right? It's not. Did you care? You know what I mean? Like, no, you probably still don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal. You could have had terrible timing before. Hell, even here, let's take it a step further. You still don't care. You know what I mean? It's just, who cares? You don't have to time it perfectly. You just have to get in at a low point and get out at a high point, ideally, right? And if you even if you get in at a high point, it's just momentarily a high point, and then give it time. It'll come back, right? It's really not a big deal. Don't overthink it, right? Overthinking it'll do things like this, right? You buy here. Oh no, it might go lower. You sell here, and then it rips without you, right? Overthinking it might be like, oh, well, it could go lower. So why would I buy here if it could go lower? And then it rips without you, right? Don't overthink it. Just who cares? Get in. You'll be happy you did in a matter of, by the end of this month, probably, if not even definitely in August. And I would expect they're at new all-time highs. Let's talk about this on the 1 hour time frame, because we're very confident that the price is going down just based on the fibs alone and the RSI on the daily time frame. But let's look at the shorter term stuff. Let's see if we can divulge more information here. I mean, yeah, the 1 hour looks like it's trash, honestly. That was a nice little run there, but it did not persist, did not amount to much. And you're getting lower and lower. Consistently beat up here, living below the 50. Yeah, getting oversold consistently, looking bearish. You're probably at a point where you will find a little support soon, right, in this area. Just think about it like this, though. What's going to happen is you're going to find support in this area like you did here. You had a nice reaction, right? But when you find support here, you're probably going to have a smaller reaction. You'll find resistance at this area. You'll probably move up to like 00348. You're at 0033, something like that. It'll be a lower high in line with this, maybe even lower than that. It doesn't have to go all the way up that high. It doesn't have to make sense. But a weaker reaction of a bounce than this. It could even go up above that. And if it does go above that, don't get overzealous, right? Sometimes you break above these momentary downtrends and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So don't get too excited if we go all the way back up to 0038. You've been tested before. Hopefully you prevail. But don't anticipate any kind of bounce either. You know, we're in those final moments. Maybe we do. The best thing and what you should hope for is that you just get this drop done with today. Boom, there you go. You're done. And then you can start to recover. That's the best thing that could happen, actually. And maybe it does. You're in the oversold, and this is whenever strong moments happen. Bitcoin's moving down. Yeah, you could absolutely move down with it. 4 hour time. Hold on. There we go. 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour RSI looks like trash as well. You actually look, and this disagrees with the idea that you might not bounce, man. You might just continue. I mean, you're at the oversold zone. You've bounced here before a few times. But with the way you look, with how weak you look, I would think you get a lower low than this. You reach into that oversold zone. You should be breaking out. Today really might be the day, guys. We got 11 hours left in the day. It might be the day that you find your low, get some resolution. If not today, then tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, sometime this week, right? I would hope. Like, don't prolong this drop any more than it needs to, man. Just get it done with, please. Please, ZBCN, just get it done with. We don't need to wait and see anymore. We just, we already know it's going to happen, so just rip it off like a Band-Aid. The anticipation's killing us. 00297, 0028, 0027, 0025. All of these targets are suitable targets, right? But probably closer to 0029, if I had to guess, okay? After that, we're going to rally. We're going to rip and run, rip and roar. It's going to be a phenomenal time. You've got what looks to be a bull flag here, in my opinion. Low to high. What do I know? I've just been doing technical analysis for 9 years. I could be wrong, but I'd like to think that I have a established sense of what a bull flag is, right? Very basic pattern. Put it at the perceived low area for the measured move, and that would take us up to 1.4 cents. 1.4 cents is the measure move. That doesn't mean that we have to go there, right? We can stop below there. We can stop above there. And I really do think that even though we might stop there for a moment, I would think that we do see prices that are all the way up at 2.5 cents to 4.4 cents, somewhere in there, right? Probably closer to 4 cents if I had to guess, but time will tell. 4 to 5 cents. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe. Thank you all for being here. When is that going to happen? I don't know. Probably sometime in August. Yeah. Weekly RSI. You're looking at this here. There's all the other RSIs look terrible. They all look like they want to go down. This thing, dominant, super dominant. And guess what? The weekly outweighs everything. 3-day time frame even? Yeah, the 3 days dominant too. Super. In rejecting the overbought zone, bouncing off the 40. In the overbought zone, bouncing off the 40. In the overbought zone, you're probably going to bounce off the 40 yet again, right? That's what you've done, the last 4 or 5 times. And even if you don't, maybe you bounce a little bit above there, but something in this area, you're getting there. You're just not there yet. Dominant, super dominant to the upside, and the weekly too. So your higher time frames, your more significant time frames, are not anywhere near anything to be concerned about. They are absurdly bullish, and they're both telling you we're almost there, right? I'm telling you we're almost there. You just got to wait a little bit longer. I think if you time this perfectly, if you have your buy order set, or if you're swapping on some other exchange because you can't use it in America or whatever, I think there are exchanges in America that you can buy ZBCN. Right, you can do it through Robinhood, right? Not through the Robinhood app, but the Robinhood ledger or whatever, right? Something like that. I forget what it is. The Robinhood wallet, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can if you're in America. But anyways, guys, I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Right, just hodl, buy more. You won't be upset with yourself if you buy more, even at these prices. It's a good price, honestly. Even at these prices, it's a good price. You're right at prior all-time highs. But I think you will go a little bit lower. Okay, ta-ta for now. Bye-bye. Thank you all. Peace.
The XRP lawsuit is official.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boys.
To Cesar and a prediction, and he's right. Buy it while it's down, because we know something's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to take off or explode, but there'll definitely be some of the information there as well. Let's see what this video is.
And can be gearing up for some massive gains in the coming weeks, guys. Welcome back to today's video, guys. My name is Arbaz, and today we're talking about ZBCN, guys. As you know, for the last 7 days, if you look at a quick price analysis, we're down 10%. Market cap just a few hours ago was sitting around 275 million, but has spiked up to 307, guys. And I told you once again in my previous videos, if you're looking to purchase, guys, anywhere around the 300 to 290 is a great buying opportunity. Nothing in this video is financial advice, just giving you my personal opinion on what is going on with this project. Volume, guys, 23 million. And the biggest thing, guys, in terms of markets, as we can see, we still don't have a Coinbase or Binance listing as of yet. I have purchased about $10,000 worth of tokens, guys, on crypto.com, as I felt like it was a reliable source. But normally my go-to is Coinbase or Binance, but we haven't seen anything yet, guys. But the volume is doing pretty well. If you guys are wondering why the price for ZBCN is down, because there's rumors of great exchange listings as well as a potential XRP partnership. If we look at the overall markets, guys, the markets are up 1%. And the biggest thing, guys, is the Bitcoin dominance. It's at 22 out of 100. Anytime, guys, there's Bitcoin dominance, we see that altcoins tend to fall off. We haven't seen Ethereum dominance. Fear and greed is at 52 neutral. But guys, we have one coin which is kind of doing pretty well, which is XRP, guys. XRP, as we know, does have a correlation with ZBCN. As you can see, guys, 10% up for the day. If XRP is doing well, guys, ZBCN, of course, does share a lot of similarities with this project, and we can see a potential rise in the price of ZBCN as well. If you look at XRP just for a few seconds, guys, and why it is up, we see here that 5.2 XRP's 5.2% 24-hour price gain reflects ETF speculation, legal process, and technical momentum. So apparently there's BlackRock ETF rumors fueled bullish sentiment despite no official SEC confirmation. Ripple's legal move to resolve SEC case boosts confidence in regulatory clarity. Technical breakout signals like a golden cross and Fibonacci retracement levels align. So as I said, it is Bitcoin dominance. However, XRP is flourishing because of these rumors. And as we can see, guys, coins can tend to do well if there are some speculation or some news that might be coming out for this project. Like I said, guys, the market cap just hit above 300 minutes. As you can see, guys, it is very volatile. You can see the price is moving up and down for ZBCN. But if we go over to the X, guys, there looks like they're gearing up for an incredible evening tomorrow with our guests and partners at ETHCC in Cannes, France, hosted by Cointelegraph. Details are exclusive to confirm attendees. Can't wait to see it there. So it looks like there is a Riviera's Night event for ZBCN, and a lot of people are saying that XRP, they might be holding some sort of meeting with XRP. There might be a partnership on the rise. Guys, if there's a partnership on the rise, it will be huge for both XRP and ZBCN. And like I said, guys, in the past, we've seen that XRP was in this market cap a few years ago. We missed out on a super big bag of XRP. You guys don't want to miss out on ZBCN because ZBCN can reach the likes of XRP. Of course, it will take some time to get to these numbers. However, $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion, even 10 billion is possible by the end of this year. We're predicting, guys, I've done some technical analysis in the past. We're predicting about a cent in price. But guys, we can even hit $1 in the very near future. As we see, guys, circulating supply, guys, 84% compared to XRP. XRP is only like 50 something, 59%. So a lot of circulating supply, guys, good in volume for the last 24 hours, which is huge. I mean, when there's higher in volume, we will see the exchanges will get attracted to this because, and then, guys, for an exchange, it is a business and they want to see a coin traded often so they can get on those fees. Hopefully, ZBCN trends to continue. Hopefully, ZBCN can get a partnership with XRP, and you guys already know what's going to happen from there. It's going to be absolutely crazy. The community is still very bullish. I'm very bullish on this project. Let me know what you guys think about ZBCN. Do you believe in the XRP partnership? Do you believe that the price of ZBCN can hit $1 by the end of this year? But let's get to it, Penny. First, of course, guys, if you enjoyed this video, guys, give this video a like. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel, guys. Show some support as I do post daily crypto content. If you want to reach out to me on Telegram, guys, my link will also be available. I will see you on my next
complete project. I like the market cap, which isn't too massive, but then it's not too small either. So it kind of has that middle ground in between where it's not like a dinosaur, but it's not some, random micro cap. At least that's the way to take a look at it, because some people out there, they like to say, oh, why don't you get Bitcoin? Well, here.
Rickson, I'm hearing everywhere else is the whole crypto market will be down a lot more than today's price by the end of the year, though. I am hearing that too. So it's up and down, but you can't really tell either way, right? It's always a black box with crypto. So you just got to wait and see. I'm not sure you can predict out for the end of the year. But let's finish this video with Lee and wrap it up for today. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and super chat.
Here's the thing. ZBCN going to the price of 10 cents, around a 27x from here. I get it. Considering current circulating supply, market cap at that point would be around $8.5 billion. But let's say ZBCN just went to the price of 5 cents. That's still well over a 10x from here, right? Can Bitcoin do that in the next 6 to 10 months? I highly doubt it. I mean, who knows? I cannot tell the future. I can only look at the present and the past. But just from what I see when it comes to Bitcoin, I don't see Bitcoin doing that, right? Some people out there might argue, hey, Bitcoin 300 grand or whatever. But still, even that is like slightly less than a 3x from here. ZBCN, again, just 5 cents is already over a 10x. No guarantees that it will ever happen. Who knows? But then I just kind of feel like ZBCN, because it is, an altcoin, because it is way lower market cap, in theory, it wouldn't really require that much volume to kind of do that. The way I take a look at it is that this is something I would rather choose instead of Bitcoin. And that's just my perspective. But I'm just going to stay patient, acquire more, hold, and I just wait, because that, quite frankly, is the only thing I can do right now. But I do like the focus when it comes to ZBCN. I like what it's doing, and I like how it's actually kind of performing in the sectors that they are focused on. So I'm going to look forward to more things, and just stay patient. That's about it. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out.
So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And again, we'll have to wait and see tomorrow with the big news at the Cannes. Don't forget the super chat. Just trying to keep the lights on BTM Crypto News Network. But as always, let's get back to the money, guys. And it's okay to be different, weird, or odd. Maybe you're not different. It's everyone else. I don't know what's up with all the FUD from ZBEC, but if ZBEC pumps tomorrow, people are going to have melted faces and be looking sideways or be down and out. But just continue to hold and diamond hand. And as always, let's get back to the money and stay dangerous. BTEM out. See you guys tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat network. Peace out.